This Back to Business segment is brought to you exclusively by Additions and More. Additions and More. We are your one-stop shop from concept to completion.
Welcome to Additions and More, Design Center and Showroom. And Additions and More specializes in home residential remodeling. This is what we call Inspiration Village. Let your imagination go wild. If you can imagine it, we can build it. So follow me now on a behind-the-scenes tour of Additions and More. So at Additions and More, what we tried to do, make a concept building here. If you can imagine it, we can build it. We've partnered with several people at some national companies, and in here is the Mohawk room. Mohawk is another one of our partners. And we have 5 separate kitchen concepts that we've put into the showroom. You know, our business is all about customer service. We're in people's houses for weeks at a time. When I get a letter like this, it really makes it all worthwhile when I understand how much we emphasize customer service and taking care of the people that we're in. She writes,
"We've been putting off this remodel for almost 8 years because of all the horror stories that we have heard about remodelers and contracting companies. I could have not been more wrong. We expected the process to be a nightmare, and we had to suffer through it. Your employees were all a joy to work with."
At Additions and More, we'd like to send out customer surveys when we're done with a job, because we've got to know what our customers are thinking. We've got to stay at the top of the game at all times. So here's the little letter we got back on our customer survey. This lady says,
"I am very pleased with the outcome of the project. If I ever need help on future projects, you will hear from me."
What's our record like? We have no complaints at the Contractors Board. We're recommended by the Better Business Bureau. Angie's List has us listed with an A rating that people have recommended us. So recommendations are very good. It shows that we take care of business.
Well, I have a 30-year-old house, and the options were to either buy a new house, which we really can't afford, or to have our kitchen remodeled. And after speaking with my wife, we came into the showroom and were blown away by all the options. Jim and his staff was able to show us some different things we hadn't even thought of before. The way to put our appliances together and our counters, and it worked out perfectly. And for the price of a new house, it's a fraction. I would recommend Additions and More to all my friends and my family. For us, it was absolutely the best thing we could do.
This Back to Business segment is brought to you exclusively by Additions and More. Additions and More. We are your one-stop shop from concept to completion.